And welcome back. This is Around the Northwest, and we're out and about today. We do this occasionally, and it's great to do it because it's just another sign of normality, and it's great to get out and to meet people and go different places. And today we're down at ATU, at the Donegal campus of ATU here in Letterkenny, and we're here for their Information Day, and it's a big day that they put on every year just after the CAO information comes out. And I mean, and at this time there's obviously a lot of students who maybe didn't get the points that they wanted, or maybe there's a bit of confusion, or they're just at a stage where whether they're intending students, or maybe they're at a stage in life where they're just thinking about education. Well, all the questions are answered here today, and I'm joined by a couple of people who are answering some of them, and hopefully will answer some of our questions as well. There's head of the college, Paul Hannagan, and Patricia Doherty, who is head of a department in business studies.
Hi, John.
How are you both doing? Let me get up the mics here. Hold on a second. Paul, Patricia, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us, John.
Delighted to be here.
Taking some time out because Paul, I'll start with you. It's busy in there, and it's only when you realise, because we're kind of out the back exit from the canteen. But you go in, once you go in past the canteen there to the right, then it's heading towards the main reception, and it's really busy.
Yeah, no, it's got really busy, John. I suppose we've been running this event for maybe 15 years at this stage, and we identified a need for people just straight after the CAO results come out as to whether they got offers or didn't get offers, or what questions they might have. And really we opened it up as a public service, not necessarily for people who wanted to come to LYAT as it was, or ATU Donegal as it is now, but we're very anxious that people will take the opportunity to see what we have on offer. And if they're not happy with what they've got, look at what options are open to them. And we have people from all aspects of the college there today to try and help with that. And it's obvious that people have taken up, the numbers that are in there now are really strong. You have parents with their children coming in, people coming back who maybe are looking for other opportunities. But it's a real opportunity for us to open up the college, let people see what's going on here, give them the opportunities to join ATU in September. And we have change of mind opportunities available through available places on different programs as well. So there's loads of opportunities, and I think people have really taken that on board, and we're delighted to be able to provide the service.
Okay, so in a way it's mostly about ATU, obviously, but if people have general questions about CAO and
absolutely, and we know it's a time when people, there's big decisions to be made. Are the people going to move away from home? What's ahead of them when they do that? What's involved in the various programs that they may have got offers for? Are they happy with that? All those sort of questions, and we try our best to match up to any questions that come near us, or follow them up subsequently after today as well. And it was great too that we had a lot of pre-registration. We knew we were going to expect over 200 people anyway, but more and more people have dropped in as the day's gone on, so that's really positive from our perspective.
Good. Patricia, business is one of the most popular fields of study at third level, and if somebody wants to get into the business world, then your department is a great place to start.
John, it certainly is. And I suppose one of the things that we're really excited about this year is the first time that we're offering honours degrees with a full year of work placement as an option.
Okay.
So for years, students have been inquiring about work placement opportunities, and what we've now done is introduce a full optional placement across all of our honours degrees. So you're not committed to doing it if you come to us and study business or accounting or marketing with online technologies, but you do have that option in year 3 to go out on a full placement year to apply those skills that you've learned and then come back to us for a final year.
Well, that is so important, and especially I suppose in business studies, to get out into the real world and experience real work. But you have a good relationship with so many businesses and well established, and
Yes.
not just in business, but across the college, and that's important.
It's really important, and we're so fortunate, and we get fantastic support regionally from small and large employers, and they do come to us as their first port of call when looking for graduates or interns, so we're really lucky in that respect. But I suppose one thing I'd like to highlight today, while this is primarily about CAO and Leaving Cert students, we also have fantastic offerings for people who may never have had the opportunity to go to college when they finished school, or indeed when they left school early. So we have a wonderful part-time degree in business studies, and it actually takes as quick to do it part-time as it would to come in and do a full-time degree. And the really good thing about it is it's one night on campus here and one night online. And if you speak or had the opportunity to speak to any of our graduates, they're full of positivity, and many of them would have been quite nervous about coming into third level environment, and you can see their confidence build as they move through the programs. Many of them have gotten promotions from doing the course, and I'm really delighted to say that Inishowen SkillNet are now going to fund this course. So anyone that's working or even working part-time can contact Inishowen SkillNet to inquire about funding opportunities for this part-time degree.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head there. It's about people maybe who are working or working part-time. It would be perfect. You can carry on and still develop your skills.
Absolutely. Or in fact, you may not be working and you are looking for an avenue or a way to get into the world of work, and a part-time degree in business might just give you the confidence to do that, or to help you decide where you want to go.
Paul, business is just one of 10 departments here.
Yeah.
So great choice.
Yeah, it's an exciting year for us as well, because our first year is ATU Donegal. Now Letterkenny and Killybegs are university towns for the first time. Huge amount of work gone in by everybody to bring us to where we are currently. And we want to continue to build upon that and to build the reputation of ATU, which is very strong coming from the legacy institutes. But this is a new beginning for us, and we want to make sure that it gets off on the right track. We have very strong departments across, in engineering faculty, science and health faculty, business faculty, and the departments working within those. We have the tourism and sport department, which brings in Killybegs, and it's a really important aspect of the work that we do there as well. And we'd like to encourage people to look at careers in hospitality and tourism, because it's got a bit of a kicking over the last while, and maybe programs haven't proved as attractive because of that. But there are really strong careers there for people in those programs, and we've seen that over the years, as there are right across the board. And I think Patricia made a really important point. The support we get from employers in terms of provision of work placements for all our programs, I think right across the college now, about 60-70% of the programs that students will start on now in September have an element of work placement involved in them. And we've continued to expand that over the last number of years. And really it's, like a pre-interview for people getting ready for new jobs that are coming available to them. And as the university grows, and we see very strong applications this year for ATU Donegal, as for the other campuses right across the university as well. And the strength of our university is that we are in the regions, within the communities that are within this space. Other universities can say they're regional locations, but they don't have the regional locations. We do. And I think that's a really important element of the service we provide.
Okay. Connecting people with local jobs, I suppose, with local employment in a way.
Yeah, absolutely.
If that's what they want.
Well, the interesting thing from my perspective, having been here now for nearly 25 years, what you see are people who've graduated from here, got work elsewhere. Now you see their children coming back in here. Those people wouldn't have had the opportunity to stay here if they hadn't come through the college, if we hadn't been here in order to attract the industry into the region in the first instance. So it's a virtuous circle in terms of the creation of the jobs, the provision of the graduates, and ultimately the social impact that has across the region. So there's an economic impact, but there's a huge social impact, and there's a great story to be written about it at some stage.
And it's about making that jump from university into work. Patricia, you've been in there, you've been meeting people, so what sort of people are coming along today, and what is there a sort of a theme that you're noticing that might be different from other years?
It's actually not hugely different from other years, but there's definitely a pep in people's step to be back in and back on campus and meeting people. Every year we would have students come in who are happy with their offer and know they're taking it, and they just want to see the place again and meet people. We have parents walking around happily, and we have people who may have just taken the opportunity to come into the campus because they know it's an open day. But what we would say is, people don't have to wait for a day like today to call to ATU Donegal campus. And you'd be surprised the number of people that often drive past here and have just never ventured in because they didn't feel it was somewhere that they should be popping into. So we would encourage people to visit the campus because it is a resource for the community and for the region. So they don't need to wait for Information Day. And if anyone is out there unsure and really not sure about what course they want to take, as Paul said, I would encourage them to pick up a phone or drop us an email and ask the question, because that's what we're here for. It's in our interest that we help people make the right decision.
Some people just might be intimidated by the surroundings, and especially now since it's got university status, they might just be thinking, well, sure, I just struggled through a junior cert.
Well, I think we would have had that feedback from people that have started our part-time degree sometimes, and they got such a pleasant surprise when they came in on the first evening and realised, this is fantastic, this is a place for me and I deserve to be here. Because the world of university has changed. and we've such a diverse student population, and we really welcome the mature learners to come in because they add so much to our university network.
Yeah. Paul, finally, now ATU and having that university status, I know it's something that you strived for years, and now that it's a reality, it does make a big difference, and it makes a big difference, I suppose, to perception.
Absolutely, John. It's really important from our perspective, and it's built upon the work of people over 50 years. You know, we celebrated our 50th anniversary last year, people setting up the college here in the 1970s. You remember Letterkenny in the 70s? Sorry, I shouldn't be saying that to you. But
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I remember Letterkenny in the 70s as well. But you know, you're talking about a major chance taken to set up a college of that nature at that time. The impact it has had over that 50 years was huge, and now to get the recognition as a technological university, as part of the Atlantic Technological University, is really, really important. And it's great that the people who started it are able to see that happening and to build upon that. And we see now, you know, people look at us differently in terms of a university. We're now a university of 23,000 students, 2,500 staff, you know, research centres all over the place, locations all around the west and northwest coast. So there's real opportunities for further development there, and we need to have, you know, we need to start to live that message, you know, that we are a big institution, one of the biggest in the country now at the moment, and we need to be confident about our own futures and to build upon that really strongly. And I think that perception will start to get among the community here as well, that this is a really serious development that has happened here, and people will support it, and that's shown already today.
Okay. Well, listen, it's time for you two to get back and answer more questions. Okay, so I'll free you up. Thanks a million for taking a bit of time out, Patricia, Paul.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John. Great to chat.
With a smart